I'm excited.
Welcome to the 1%, you guys. I'm your host, Alexa.
And I'm Zai.
So today is our first episode.
Yeah,
we have been planning this for so long.
Ooh.
We've had so many technical difficulties. Y'all don't even know. But we're here, and I'm so excited for the 1%. So the 1%, what we're doing is something super, super different because a lot of people aren't really talking about this. They're seeing it on TikTok, but I'm sure they're a little bit confused on how to really get started into this. So this is going to be everything business, finance, investing, and real estate.
Yes.
So these are a lot of the tools that the wealthy use. And a lot of people that are not our skin color, they do this to create generational wealth.
Yes.
So we were not educated or exposed to a lot of these techniques, and that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to have plenty of people that know the game, and we're going to teach you the game.
Got to. Ain't nobody doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're really finna give y'all some major gems. We're really finna go deep into every subject, and we're finna have professionals that do a lot of things in this podcast.
For sure. 6, 7, 8, 9 figure earners.
Yes.
Only. So let's really get into really the purpose behind it. So we want our community to be educated on finance.
Yep.
It's something that is, like I said, not talked about, and we're not educated on it in schools, really. In high school, I just remember we learned, math and stuff like that,
Yes.
English, and I know we're going to use all of that stuff, but 90% of the stuff I didn't really, use. Even, in college, we still haven't used it.
No, history, I was never interested. But the most important things is you just need to know how to read and how to write and how to count. That's about it.
I think the only thing in history I paid attention was when the stock market crashed. They were talking about that, and I was just so intrigued. And then from then, it was learning about credit and stuff like that.
Very important.
I was, no cap, I was the person in the library, trying to figure out what credit really was because no one really talked about it. And then even when I turned 18, it wasn't nobody was pushing me to get a credit card or nothing or figure out how to budget. Nobody was talking about that. So I kind of just figured it out myself. And, YouTube University, that was...
Oh, yeah.
That was clutch.
Yeah.
Because podcasts weren't really, that popular when we were, middle school, high
Definitely
school.
not middle school, high school. And just how you talked about nobody really pushed you. I got a credit card, and then I told my parents I got it.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, you have to do your own research. I think it's very important. And for us, instead of basically y'all having to do the research, we're doing it for you guys. And we're breaking it down into simple terms because this stuff is hard to kind of understand. So we're breaking it real down so y'all can go out here and get the bag and then flip it and then make another bag.
And another bag. So why do we call this podcast the 1%?
So when we were first thinking about doing a podcast, we could not kind of figure out a name because we was like, what could the name be?
How do we think about it, though?
I don't even remember.
I think we was just sitting down, and we were I think I said the 100 Club.
Yeah.
And then we were and then we said the 1% Club. That's what you said.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's long.
Yeah, that's just too long.
And why gotta be a club?
Right. It ain't no club. Everybody invited. And then we just said the 1%. And it was just we got it. That's it. That's it.
And then we were so we read this book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We recommend everybody to read it.
Go read it. It's free.
Go read it.
Or if you want to have the hard copy, get it for $7 on Amazon.
And thriftbooks.com.
It'll be down in the description below.
For sure. Everyone, you have to read it. It literally changed my life. And I don't even read books.
It changed my life
books.
For sure.
But I read that book, and then it's just, man, this thing started changing from there. But
it did.
We read this book. Robert Kiyosaki is the author. And this book is not super, super old. I think it came out 10 years ago, probably.
No,
maybe
I think
15,
it is.
20?
About 15, 20 years.
I'll say about 20 years, maybe, yeah.
And mind you guys, we did not read this together. We didn't even know each other back then. We both read it on our own times. And when we came together, we both knew that we read this book, and it just all worked out.
And it just all worked out. So I read the first time I read about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it was talking about the cash flow quadrant. Mm-hmm. And this was something super, super different to me because what I was taught is work hard,
Yep.
get a good job, get a college, your degree to get a good job, and then you have a life, but you're not really living.
Yeah.
But so he was talking about the cash flow quadrant, pretty much. It's talking about how employees are taxed the most. Self-employed people, yes, they have a little bit of freedom, but they don't make money unless they move.
Right.
And then we have big businesses, which are companies with over 100 employees. I think it's over 75 employees.
Yeah.
Then you're an S corp.
I think 50 or 75.
50 or 75, because then you're an S corp. I think. Yeah. So, yeah. So pretty much these people, they have created a system to have employees, so they don't have to show up, but they obviously have to call the shots. Right. So, but then there was this one quadrant, which was the investor.
Yep.
It was the 1%, and we were like, so what's this about? Because only the 1% of our population is part of this club, we could say. So they're the investors, but what do they really like invest in was the question. Like, how do I become the 1% that has the real time freedom? Mm-hmm. So that had to do a lot with real estate.
It does. When I read that book, I think I was in 11th grade or 12th. No, it was 11th grade. And I read it, and I can't even lie to you. The first time I read it, I didn't understand it. And then I had to read it again. And so when I read it the second time, I was like, oh, you can make money work for you? I was like,
It was so
And I
crazy.
never even thought that that anyone, because I don't have anyone around me that does real estate.
Yeah.
So I didn't think real estate was possible. But you see all these HGTV.
They be doing the flips.
How they do that?
They be doing the flips, man. They be buying properties for like
do.
5 bands and they flip it.
They do. So I'm like, man, I can't do it. So I read the book, and he was talking about real estate. That really intrigued me. But what also intrigued me was being an investor and having money work for you. So after that, it was go time for me. So that book really changed my life, because if I hadn't read that book, I wouldn't be here right now.
Definitely not. And then after reading that one, it was like, what book I read after that? A lot of books.
Yeah, you just keep going.
Like,
you're like, dang, they give you the formula right there in the books.
Yeah, it was crazy, because there was this one thing that they said. I saw this in like some type of movie, or it's like a history class or something. It was so crazy to say that white people used to say, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book.
Put it in books. And
because
that's so
we
true.
were illiterate. Like, they would, I mean, obviously there was slavery, so there wasn't any time to go to school or opportunity to go to school.
Read, yeah.
So the fact that we have the opportunity to read and to write is a blessing in itself.
It is.
And then to not use these skills to actually educate ourselves, all of the knowledge is in books, but we're too lazy to open them up.
It is. But I think also you have to find books that interest you.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a doctor, read all the doctor books. If you want to be in real estate like me, I have every single real estate book that's out there. So you have to also research and read books and read podcasts, whatever that listen to podcasts that you're really interested in.
Yeah.
For me personally, like school, I was never interested ever. Like, never. The only subject that I was interested in school was economics and business. I took a business class in 12th grade.
Yeah, that was
everything
fine.
else, you could hit me with it. Like, I'm not going to pay attention. So get into things or be around people that does the same thing that you do, or you're trying to be like them, because it'll motivate you to do better, and it'll motivate you to learn as much as possible.
Exactly. And I'm all about turning your passions into business, because everything is business. The sports industry, the entertainment business, that's all a business. Mm-hmm. Like, I know you love to play sports, but there's business behind it. Yeah. You are a money machine to these people. You need to understand that. So until you learn how to monetize your dreams, that's when life really happens, because they tell us to go find a career that we love. Do something that doesn't feel like work. But if none of the above apply to me, and I love to help people create businesses, then that's my business.
Right.
That's my niche. And my target market is people that have dreams that want to monetize it.
Right.
So the whole purpose is, if you like to make clothes, make a clothing brand.
Please.
You feel me? Like,
or help others.
Help others. If you don't know what you want to do, learn marketing, bro. Learn how to sell. Bro, you're never going to be broke. Like, you're never going to be broke. And then you're always going to take that money, and once you learn how to invest, it's over with.
It is.
It's over with. Like, that's the real wealth, is not what you make, but what you keep.
Right.
That's the real bag.
The real bag. Definitely.
So
I definitely agree. And so, yeah, it's very important that we come and we tell you guys everything that we know. Because so many people come to us personally and be like, oh, teach me how to do stocks or teach me how to do real estate. So this is the platform we're going to teach y'all.
Yeah.
We're going to teach y'all everything. So instead of us having to do one-on-ones right now, we're going to teach everybody. Because we all want everybody to get the bag, especially like Gen Z. We Gen Z.
Yeah.
And it's very important that we come out here and we kill it.
Yeah. Like, me and Zai, we would go to, like, events and stuff, and we'd be the youngest one in the room every time, yo. Like, we would see 30-year-olds, like, going out and investing in properties and stuff like that and taking out from their 401k, or people rebuilding their credit or fixing their credit, you know. And I'm like, so why do we have to go through all these loopholes of fixing our credit when we could just start out in a good place and know about credit and know how to grow our credit? Because regardless, you're going to need credit to get an apartment, to get a car, to get a house. Your phone plan, the reason your rate is at a point is because of your credit score. You can get denied so many things with a bad credit score. So just the importance of credit. Credit is king. Like, if you learn that now before 18 or at 18, you're going to be straight, yo.
That's
like,
very important.
You're going to be straight.
When I was 17, I was reading up on all the credit cards.
Yeah.
I was reading up on how to get your credit score, da-da-da. So I got my first credit card the day I turned 18. And so now I have 2, working on 3. But the day I turned 18, I got a credit card. Then I told my parents, my credit score is almost at an 800 a year later.
See?
It's possible.
See? The first card I got was like the Discover It card.
Yeah, because I was talking to you about it.
Yeah, the student Discover It card. I recommend that for a lot of students. If
newcomers.
You're a student, I know you get 5% cash back, and it changes every quarter. Every quarter on what you can receive that cash back on. But think about it. If you're already gonna spend, you might as well get benefits from it.
So let me. I guess for a lot of people, they might be like, I'm scared to use a credit card. So what I personally did when I was 18, because I just turned 19, but what I personally did when I was 18, I only used my credit card for gas. I had to pay for gas anyway, or I was going to be on the streets. So I just used it for gas, and I paid the full amount back every month. So if you like, well, I don't want to use it for a lot of things, just use it for your gas. Yeah. Maybe use it for your nails, your toes, whatever you use, simple little small stuff for.
Exactly.
And then once you get comfortable, because I have my second credit card now and I use it for everything. Other than gas, I still use it.
I'm at a point where we only use credit cards.
Yeah, we only use credit cards over here.
Credit cards.
It's no reason for a debit card.
It's no reason for a debit card. Like I said, I have my checkings, my savings, of course, but man, we just pay that thing off. But you need to manage your money. That's the thing. Unless you have good management skills, I don't recommend that. Just pay your gas and stuff like that, and you're fine. But if you have, the time and the willingness to manage your funds, then for sure, go ahead. Swipe that card.
It's not very hard, because for me, I'm gonna only talk about me, and then you can talk about you.
Yeah.
I have a bank account strictly for my play money. I can do whatever I want. Strictly for my bills. Strictly for crypto and NFTs. Strictly for taxes, because we gotta pay taxes now.
Yeah.
And then I have another account that I will be making soon, strictly for any business purposes.
Yeah.
So I have different accounts for everything. So every time I get paid, I distribute a certain percentage to every account.
Yeah. That's really the goal way. I'm at a point where I'm not really saving for anything in particular, so now I just have my emergency funds, which is about 3 to 4 months of my expenses.
Yep.
And then I have my checkings account, of course. I have my savings account, which is just my emergency fund, and I'll add here and there, but I don't really need anything anymore at this point.
Me either.
So everything is really invested. Then I have my business account, of course, which is all my investments. I just use that for investments. So I have savings for future business plans, and then a little bit in checkings, which I allow myself to utilize for any business purposes, and the rest is in my investment accounts.
Yeah.
In crypto, in stocks, and if you are a stock option trader, then that is going to be an active way of investing or trading.
I would also say that if you guys are looking for a high yield savings account, because Wells Fargo, Chase, they only give you 0.01% in your bank to keep your money there. So I have no savings in my Wells Fargo Chase, none of those accounts. I have it in a high yield savings account called YOTTA. YOTTA is on. You can get it on your phone. And it's a high yield savings account, and it has already paid me $60 in a span of 3 months just by having my money there. So free money is always good. So get that app, guys. Put all your savings in that app. You could withdraw and you could deposit, so you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
But it's another way to make passive income kind of for having your money sit there and do nothing.
Definitely.
All right, so let's talk about our plans for the 1%. We're super excited.
So like I said, we want to build a community. I'm all about community. If you ever want to accomplish something big that is not really normalized, you're going to need that drive, that education, and then a community of like-minded people, because your environment is what really builds you. Yeah. So we want to have meetups like ASAP.
Yes,
we're located in Atlanta, Georgia, so we are both finance students at Georgia State. Mm-hmm. So we predominantly want to stay in Atlanta, of course, just starting out, but I see us going worldwide, everywhere, internationally. Yeah. So we want to have that, and then...
and then we're going to be dropping some stuff personally. So she has her business ventures that you guys will be able to purchase. I have a lot of different real estate courses coming up, so y'all can really get the deep dive. Even though we will be telling you guys, we'll both have our own things going on, so you guys can purchase.
You can follow us on our own platforms if you want to stay updated with us. Of course, the 1% is going to have their own platforms, so stay updated. We're literally going to be posting daily. We want to really keep this thing going and just have a fire community so that we can really build together.
Yeah, we want everybody to get the bag, especially we all got to take care of our family. Yeah. And we all got to build generational wealth. So we want to do as much as possible to impact the world.
For sure. So we drop a new EP every Sunday at 2 p.m. So make sure y'all have y'all post notifications on, because we will be at this.
Yes. Like, comment, and subscribe. And tell all your friends and all your families, because guess what? We finna kill it.
We ain't just saying it's the 1%. We'll catch y'all in the next EP.
Bye, guys.